Hey, what is going on, everyone? I am back from California, and today we're going to be talking about some stuff. But before we do, let me get my screen up. So today, I want to talk about quickly. I'm starting a little bit late today. Sorry, I've been really busy. I want to talk about common things that are costing jobs, common leaks. Okay. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Jacob Chappell. I am a former licensed pest control contractor, former C-17 jet engine mechanic, and now I teach online systems to people like you so you can enjoy your Saturdays with a pocket full of cash. All right, let's get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about real quick, and actually before I do that, let me just make sure that my live stream is in fact up. The other day I thought I was streaming, and I came back and it was not, which is fun. I got to do a little practice in. Okay, it looks like I am live. Awesome. Let me pull this up really quickly. Sorry, guys, bear with me. Here we go. Make sure this is muted. Awesome. Okay, sweet. There we go. Dude, doing the live stream stuff it's a lot to manage, actually. Okay, here we go. So here's like the basic flow that happens. One more second. I gotta adjust I have two screens. If you wonder what I'm looking at, I have two screens, and I have to switcheroo some stuff around. All right. All right. So this is like the basic flow. We're going to go through this fairly quickly, but we're going to make it concise. Okay. I'm trying to ramble. All right. So we have someone needs you. Okay. Someone needs you. They have a problem. They need you to solve it. All right. That's the first step. Boom. So they look you up, or they look up their problem, right? My AC broke. I have weeds in my grass. I have my dogs pooping on the sidewalk. I don't know. Just name the problem, right? Pooper scoopers is what made me think of the dog poop. So what they're looking for is, or what you need to have first set up is, sorry, I'm brain freeze for a second there. Google business profile. Make sure that your Google business profile is set up properly. I recommend having like 20 photos on it at least. If you can have like 10, that's fine. Make sure that they're real photos with real people in them. Try to stay away from any like generic stock photos or anything like that, because they actually kind of hurt more than they help. Make sure that you have reviews if you can. I know, like, starting out, like I'm just starting out for doing this because I have a background in media production, and I'm having to shift because I've had a brain leak for the last 14 months. Make sure that you get reviews if you can. If you can get reviews, that helps a ton. Also, make sure to ask for reviews, but we'll talk about that more later. Basic stuff. Have your phone number, have a website, have a Google Maps listing, stuff like that, like your service area, where you serve, and then have a site that is built to book jobs. I like to use the word converting. I think the word converting makes sense. I've actually built a example website that could help a lot. That's on my website, j1systems.pro, and then you'll find /HVAC demo. What's really nice about this website is it's built to be interactive, so you can click on this and you can see like little bitty lessons and little bitty like tips and tricks and stuff like that to help you. But really briefly, I think we went over this in the stream like 2 weeks ago. Basic things like right off the bat is like, what do you do? And then where do you serve? Like, where are you located? And then what's like the outcome? Like, how quickly can you make it happen? Fix the day, 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours. I saw a landscaping company earlier, and theirs was like, I forgot what it was like. I'm going to screw this up. But it was basically like, it was like, we do luxury landscapes so that you can enjoy your yard or something like that. But basically it's like, what is like the outcome of what you're doing, right? Another really, really important thing that I've been seeing more lately, and this is actually crazy, I want to talk about this in the stream more, is make sure that you have your license number, right? Licensed and insured. I want to be careful when I talk about this stuff on stream, because I don't want to accidentally accuse the wrong person or somebody get mad or something like that. It's just problematic. But basically what's happening is there's a lot of websites out there that are fake websites. They are lead gen websites. And what it is they will put up a website that looks professional, a Google business profile that looks real. They'll have, real looking reviews. They'll have real looking services. They'll have real looking photos, but they're completely fake. And what happens is a customer will call that website and they will get redirected to some random person who's paying for this. Basically, they pay like $25 for a lead, $50 for a lead, or whatever. And so you're not actually talking to that business that you think you're talking to. You're just talking to some rando who is paying for those leads. All right. And it's dangerous because if they don't have an ROC license and insured, you can basically get screwed over, especially when you're doing big stuff like landscaping, HVAC, stuff like that. So just make sure that your people are real. Make sure that they're licensed and insured, stuff like that. And if it is your website, make sure that you have your license and your license number up on there as well. Okay. Make sure you have Google reviews, stuff like that. Again, if you want to look at more of this, I went over this, I think like 2 weeks ago in another live stream. And so we could go over that later if you want to see it. But anyways, so make sure that you have a good website. Let's go back to here. Let's go to green. All right, so we got a good website. We've got a good business profile. Here's what happens if you don't have those things. They will look you up, and they will most of the times bounce, and they will either they never find you, or they just don't trust you, or they're not impressed by it, or it's vague or something like that. They're gonna go to your competitors. Okay, so this is step one. Let's write step 1 here, and this is checked off. Sweet. Okay. And step 2, let's take a sip of water real quick. All right. Step 2 is I recommend having a web chat and a quote form on your website. I think it's pretty common for the quote form. But the web chat, it's kind of a newer thing, especially for the AI. I think in the past you would have like a real person that you could connect to. But now with automated systems that are becoming more popular, is having a quote form and a web chat. So just a simple, this is like a passive CTA, a call to action. Basically, like if I was to call like a company, that would be a hard CTA because I have to get on the phone, I have to talk to somebody. It's more real, more engaging. That's a hard CTA. But a soft CTA would be like a quote form. It's passive. It's like, hey, I'm kind of interested, but let me just give you my name and number, and then maybe somebody can call me back and let me know some information. That's a soft CTA. So those are really important to have. And then a web chat. Web chats are pretty interactive and really good. So people can get like instant feedback that's not engaging. So it's like a soft CTA, but it's also like the same results as calling somebody almost, I guess. So it's more engaging, more interactive. The word I'm looking for is interactive. Okay, so we have that. We have, I haven't talked about this yet. Okay, having a missed call text back. That's a really big one. That's, it's not like super easy to set up, but it's very effective. It's like if somebody calls you and you can't get to the phone, it's really, really helpful that you have a missed call text back. So basically it's like, hey, let me call a company. They can't answer right now. And then you get, I'm going to pretend like I'm the customer. Call somebody, they can't answer. They have a missed call text back that automatically comes back to me. That's like, hey, sorry, I'm busy with a customer right now. How can I help you? What are you looking for? And so it's more interactive and more engaging because if we're searching for services, be for anything, and we call somebody and they don't answer, we're just going to call somebody else, which is completely normal. And that's what I do. I mean, all the time. If somebody does pick up their phone, which most people don't pick up their phones anymore, I'll have to call like 4 or 5 people. I'm going to go with the first person, usually who answers, and that I feel like I can trust. Okay, so let's just check this off. Good to go. All right, and we already know what happens if you don't engage with them, right? They're going to bounce. They're going to ghost you. We've all been ghosted. It sucks. People are pretty ghostly, like, and so people are going to ghost you for like any and every reason, it feels like. This is something that I found like really useful is trying to remove friction from whatever you're doing. And in this case, having one inbox for everything that you do for your leads. So like if you have like, your Google, if you have like your Instagram, you have like your LinkedIn, you have like your emails from clients, you have like your quote forms from your website, you have everything coming into like one thing. So if you have like 10 logins for 10 different sites that you have to go to, it becomes so much to manage that there's like so much friction there that it's less likely that you actually do it because you're busy. We're all super busy. It's hard to keep up with. It's like a full-time job sometimes. So having one inbox for all the leads is super helpful. Super helpful. Also, having like follow-up. I'll give you like a pretty good example. I called a company like 2 weeks ago, I think. They had like really good branding. They had I really liked the guy too. It was really great. Super quick, super friendly, super helpful. And I was like, hey, like I was looking for a service. And he sent me a quote, and then after that, he never followed back up. He never Send me a text. He never sent me an email. I know you may think like, oh yeah, well he's busy and he's got things to do. Of course he's busy and he's got things to do. But like if you got warm leads coming in, right, and they're asking you for a service and you send them out a quote, just follow back up. Maybe they got busy. Maybe they forgot, oh yeah, oh that's right. I'm so sorry. I had my kids travel baseball. I had this going on. I had that going on. Whatever. People get distracted. People forget. People get busy, right? And so just follow up. Like maybe a text like, hey, just checking in to see if you're still interested with this or not. Just basically having like a pipeline, like it's called a warm nurture. Just having a pipeline, like just following up with people to see if they're still interested. That helps a lot too. All right, and if not, then they'll bounce, right? Because they'll remember it, and then they'll just look somebody up, and they'll just go with them. So anyways, so at this point, now you've got somebody in your calendar, and it's like, boom, great. You go out, you do the service for them, whatever it may be, landscaping, lawn care, whatever. Great, job is done. And this is where this is like the unfortunate part about things. It's like this is such a good opportunity. Not just for referrals are really important, but also just having getting good Google reviews. Like it's really important to have good Google reviews. So basically just asking hey, did you if you feel like you enjoyed your service, could you leave us a positive review? If things didn't go well with the service, maybe don't ask them for a review. But if they did, then it's advantageous for you to ask them for a review. And then also reply to every review. I think when you reply to a review, you're not replying to the person that you're talking to, and yes, you are, and be a real human being. I'm not saying that, but think about everybody else who doesn't know you, and they're going through and they're reading those reviews, and they scan over the responses. That's who you're replying to. Okay, so there we go. And then job well done, and then you get more jobs after that, and that's pretty much the simple circle. I know, and I forgot to kind of draw in here the different steps. There we go. 100% done. That's pretty much the simple circle of how things work. It's right there. Okay, guys, sorry it's super quick and super short, but like I said, I do have an active brain leak that I'm working with a neurologist. So I've been working all day. It's about 6 o'clock in Arizona right now. So I need to take a break and call it a day, and then I'll be up bright and early for tomorrow. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye now.